Fullerton follow-up now. Heavy hearts continue to mourn the 17 lives lost in last Thursday's duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake. Yesterday afternoon, a memorial service was held at College of the Ozarks to comfort their spirits. And as you can imagine, it was a very somber atmosphere. People are still in shock that the accident happened, and the service was a way of providing a sense of peace for everyone there. For Dr. Jerry Davis, the College of the Ozarks president, the only way to get through grief is to put trust in God.
I think one has to rely on one's faith, and there's just a lot of things that we can't answer. And the only one that can answer those questions is the Lord, and we have to put our faith there.
Of the 17 who passed away, 5 were from Missouri, 9 from Indiana, and 3 from Arkansas.
In honor of the lives lost during that tragedy, people throughout the country are stopping by Ride the Ducks to pay their respects. Caller 10 spoke to Lisa Riley, a resident who lived in Branson for 4 years, and Maria Snaden from Kansas City, along with Lehua Robertson from Hawaii.
They'll probably shut this down, but they won't lose money. And it's not worth the price of all these people's lives, especially the 9 people, the children, all of them. It's very tragic, and the whole community is totally devastated by it.
And I feel so bad. I feel like I want to talk with the families and give a hug and tell us I got grandbabies too, grandkids. And I know how they feeling when they lose somebody in the family, because I already lost families too.
And we're here to give our respects, and the whole town is here, and we all feel bad for the families. We just want to send our love, our aloha, and blessings to the family.
There was a church group of about 20 people who traveled to Branson all the way from Texas. The Church of God sang songs and read scriptures, providing water as well, and spoke to people stopping by to grieve. The Branson community has also left hundreds of personalized messages for the victims of this tragedy.
And happening later this morning, the Coast Guard is planning to raise the duck boat from the bottom of Table Rock. It's about 80 foot deep right now. A black box with video has been salvaged and will be analyzed. Our Daniel Shedd will be live out there in just about an hour. Many questions still remain, though, like concerns over passenger life jackets, the boat on the water during the storm, and will there be any criminal charges? Color 10 is still investigating all of this, and we will bring you those answers when we get them.
We're also learning new details about some of the other victims involved in this accident. Father and son Steve and Lance Smith were from Osceola, Arkansas. Steve Smith was a retired teacher and a church deacon.
Finer individuals in Osceola than these 2 young men and this family.
Steve's wife Pam decided not to get on the ride the day of the accident and was hospitalized with stress the day of the tragedy. She recalls her final conversation with her husband.
I was away from them, and I noticed the weather getting bad, and of course I knew where they were, and so I called. I believe it was like 7, shortly after 7, and just to check on them. And Steve said, I said, "Are you on the lake?" "Yes." And I said, "You know, why?" And he says, "Well, the weather wasn't bad when we left, but it's gotten bad. The waves were giant waves." And he says, "It's not good, Pam." And I told him I loved him. He told me he loved me. And I asked him to take care of the kids. That was our last words.
Daughter Lauren was on the boat with her father and brother, but did survive. She even helped someone up when the boat began to sink. Lauren suffered a concussion and is back home now.
Our CBS affiliate in St. Louis interviewed friends of family of Rose Hammond and William Asher, who were also killed on Thursday.
It's just going to be hard over the next couple of months to come to grips with why.
Both Rose and William lived in the St. Louis area. Earlier this week, Rose shared a happy post about celebrating her birthday with William. Friends say the couple was inseparable, traveling, dancing, and just enjoying each other's company.
William and Janice Bright from Higginsville, Missouri were also among the victims on Thursday that died. They were 65 and 64 years old and have 3 children and had been married for 45 years.
We're also learning new details about homecoming services for several members of the Coleman family. On Friday, we introduced you to Tia Coleman, a mother of 3 who survived the accident. Sadly, we know that Tia's husband and their 3 kids did not make it. A public visitation service will be held from 9 to noon this upcoming Friday at the Grace Apostolic Church in Indianapolis. Services for the other 5 Colemans who died on Thursday have not yet been announced. And if you'd like to donate to the Coleman family, 2 separate GoFundMe accounts have been started. Over $55,000 has been raised on the Colemans on one page you can see here. On another, more than $400,000 has been donated by people from all over the country. We can also confirm some great news this morning from Cox Health that everyone from the accident, including Tia, has now been discharged.
You're right to know this morning, a Lockwood man accused of shooting at a car and then shooting 2 people in 2016 is going to trial today. Caleb Etcher is charged with 2 counts of first-degree assault, attempted assault, and 3 counts of armed criminal action. He allegedly shot at a car along US 160 at Dade County Road 81. The bullets hit the car, but the driver wasn't shot. Etcher then allegedly followed the car to Prairie Mountain Screening, where he shot into the front of the building before walking in. That's when the 2 victims, 64-year-old Michael Gaylor Jr. and 28-year-old Krista Gerster, both of Lockwood, were shot. Both survived the shooting. Etcher waived a jury trial, so he will receive a bench trial.